Perfect. And I will let you handle that piece right there. I will play much more as spectator, but Cooley, you are our resident dueling referee. You've run this many times before. So
All right.
Go ahead and be the guy.
Right. It's going to let people know to hostile me in game and then unhostile me. And that just makes sure that, as you know, I mean, you do this in, in a lot of your Iron Man tournaments, just make sure that we can see their life total, but they can't hurt me. They can't hurt the ref.
They cannot touch us.
That's right.
Here, let's party up, you and me.
Absolutely.
All right. So will the others hostile and unhostile both of us? Perfect. Thank you. Nicely done.
Awesome. Very nicely done.
So the entire Bloodmoor is your playground, correct?
Yes. So what the teams have done, or actually we had some great people come in and clear out the Bloodmoor. So there shouldn't actually be, too many monsters out here, if any. It should be all clear. And the reason that we do that in dueling is because there's certain things that you can actually, you can life leech off a monster. You can redeem corpses for life. And most annoyingly, sometimes they get in the way of your missiles. So it's really good to have a clear moor is what we call it. And that's what they've done here. So this is going to be, should be a clear battleground here for everyone. And the entire moor is in play here. I'm going to actually go down here and check, because sometimes there's a bridge at the end that people technically could cross, but let's try to not do that. So I would say right up to the bridge.
All right.
So don't cross the bridge. Just the first part of the moor here. That should be plenty of space.
Yep. All right. No going cross bridge. Y'all know the rules. And
so we have.
Yeah.
In this first matchup, so just to make sure we have this right, we have Anna Cake Live's team and we have your team.
Correct.
That's going at it. Okay.
So this is Team Anna Cake Live with Emery and Nyla, a.k.a. Warren and Emroy.
Okay.
And this is Team Mr. Llama SC with Root and the Punch, a.k.a. Alan and Rippins.
Oh, my God. This is going to be nuts. This is going to be an exciting duel, but we're ready to go. We finally got all of the pairings up. We finally got this all figured out, and it is time for some excitement in these duels. I am super excited. How are you feeling, Llama?
I am pumped. I just want to see some stuff, and I want to see Emroy and Warren get wrecked because that's my team's over there on the other side. So, plus it's always good to see your mods get a little bit punished,
All right, so I'm just going to let these guys know on my go, be ready to fight. All right, so let's give it a little bit of build. I'd like to do this in the DFC. We have a couple of teams going at it. We've got Anna Cake Live, and it looks like we have an Amazon and an Assassin on this team. That is a really good team.
Yep.
The Assassin can cast Mind Blast and stun her opponents, while Emery, the Zon here, finishes them off with Strafe, Guided Arrow, Multi-Shot, Javelins, whatever she's going to do. It's going to be a lot easier to do that when your opponent is stunned. And over on Team Llama here, we have a BVA. Stands for Barb versus All. And that's Alan right here. You can see he's got a shield on. He is ready for these shots that are going to be coming his way from the Amazon. He's ready to block those. You can't just have a dual wielding barbarian and eat all of the shots from an Amazon. You're going to go down pretty quick. And then we've got Rippins, and this is a really good team because what Rippins can do is cast amplify damage on the team. And that is going to be really bad news if they get hit by Alan. And Alan is a nasty dueler. He's very accurate. He's very good at chain locking. And they've got their work cut out for them. What they're going to need to do with this team is keep their distance. They're going to need to isolate that Barb and get rid of him very quickly, or stun lock the Necro so that he cannot cast amplify damage.
Yep.
That's going to have to be the strategy. They're going to have to take out one piece of that team very quickly.
Don't give too much information against my team now.
All right, so fighters ready. Just gonna wait for ready from all of those guys. We got a ready from Team Anna Cake Live.
Come on, Team Llama. Be excited. Get ready. All right.
All right. And here we go. Round 1. I'm going to follow around Llama's team over here. And it looks like Alan is using Leap right away, and that is to try to stun his enemies. Oh, man, a big hit from Alan right off the bat. Takes Emery right out of the running. Now he is Alan is really trying to implement that whirlwind. And he might be trying to actually purposefully whirlwind lock the assassin. Oh, my God. And he's trapped. He's trapped in a bone prison. And there it is. Alan takes out Nyla as well. Oh, my gosh. It gets really tough when your teammate goes down and it's UV2. That gets really tough very quickly. And I'm actually surprised Nyla was able to hold on there, dodge so many whirlwinds. That's actually pretty encouraging.
I mean, that was insane. Alan is nasty. That's all we can say. But how did Nyla hang on alone against this for like 30 seconds? I have no clue. I have no clue.
That's a great point. I mean, it's very encouraging to see that. And now they're going to have a little bit of time to adjust their strategy for Alan and Rippins here. So they can think through this. They might be able to, if they're thinking about swapping items or something, they can do that.
Yep.
But they might have already done this pre-duel and been like, all right, we're going against the Necro and a Barb. We know what's up. Yep. This is what we got to do. So I'm curious to see, how this duel is going to turn out here and if they're going to change their strategy a little bit. They're going to, Team Llama is going to be trying to get rid of that Amazon very quickly because they're very good in team duels.
Yeah.
So let's do another check for our fighters here for round 2. And once we get a confirmation, it's going to take one from each team at least here. And we should wait on Alan. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's go.
All right, we've got the Amazon shooting off again. Rip Me trying to go for the background. Alan jumps in, gets a whirlwind off. Doesn't get the kill, though. Amp damage has dropped.
Oh, man. Look at these evasive maneuvers from Emery. Very good job at cutting off angles and turning away from that whirlwind. Very good job. Alan is just on top of it, though. Ooh. Down goes Emery, and down goes Nyla. A very, very dominant performance from Team Llama.
Wow.
That was insane. That happened very quickly. That's usually the case when one teammate goes down, and you're taking on 2 people at once. That gets rough.
Yep.
That gets really rough. I have seen some comebacks before, but wow, it's rough. Especially when, the other teammates have a pretty good pool of life. It gets rough, but that was amazing. Actually, on both ends, Team Anna with, Emery, that dodging of that whirlwind was pro.
Yeah.
That was pro.
I was amazed how long Emery held on there because Alan just had it out for him and was just whirlwinding everywhere on top of Emery. And somehow he dodged for a long time, but unfortunately they weren't able to do enough right there. And,
something funny about that is Alan has also participated in the DFC, the Diablo Fighting Championship, and I had the misfortune of going up against him with my Necro. And I didn't last nearly as long as Emery. It was actually pretty embarrassing. I think I might have been on, the receiving end of probably the fastest KO in the DFC. It was, Alan is on point. He's got a lot of pressure that he puts on you with that barbarian.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to shake him. Like I said, I'm very impressed that Emery was doing that.
Yeah.
Was kind of turning away, and you actually saw the strategy there with Emery, turning away from the whirlwind and shooting arrows opportunistically. That was very well done. Just a very vicious team to go up against there. Very well done.
Yeah. Barb vs. All, man.
So good.
It's so good. It's so
good.
All right. So let's have Rippins and Allen drop, and then let's bring in NYC Maxim and his partner, the fill-in. I guess we just have the dummy value there. Lemon Peel and Shirley Sirius. So you guys should be able to see that game information once again in the event info. Yeah, Mind Blast would have been good, but I don't know if he had Mind Blast there. Emroy has not played a lot of high level duel, I don't believe. So, that's a tough first matchup.
The thing with Mind Blast too is I kind of made note of it in the duel is that when it was just Nyla versus All there, I said Alan might be purposely whirlwind locking the assassin because that is a very good way out of Mind Blast. I do it all the time on my barbarian, and it's a lot of times it looks like an accident in a duel, and where you have one player that has actually clicked on their opponent with the skill whirlwind, and it will, if you've ever seen it, it's kind of funny to watch. The whirlwind will follow the opponent around wherever they go, nonstop. It
literally will not stop until it reaches its destination.
Exactly. So but the thing is, it desyncs your character when you do that. So if you're in PvP and someone's trying to keep their distance or they're trying to mind blast you, you can't get mind blasted out of a whirlwind lock. It's coming at you no matter what. So, it's just one of those things. It's one way to escape a Mind Blast lock there. But also, you could weapon swap. There's a lot of stuff you could do. It also gets really difficult when you have another Necro coming at you shooting Bone Spirits. It's difficult.
Yep. It is tough. So, GG, though. Team Llama moves forward. Let's go. And let's see. Do we have... We have our one party in. Shirley is waiting for his partner. So, Lemon Peel. You can't find game info. It should be event info. I will just whisper you here, but literally on that page, there's a little pink box that says event info. If you click that, it should have it.
Don't blink during these duels, guys.
Right? These duels are very different from our level 9 Ironmans, where it's like, pew, 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 It's a completely different skill.
It's just very fast-paced, too.
We have no Enigma on Lemons. So
right? Easier to follow them around.
Yes. Easier to follow, but no Bone Prison allowed there. Lemons, can you hostile, please?
Okay, so that's actually a very good point. So I like that Lemons has gone out of his way to make a note of the fact that he is not wearing Enigma. That's a very responsible thing to do in this duel.
Yep.
It lets the Necromancer know you cannot Bone Prison me. It's a way to use the rule set to make it so that you're not completely destroyed by a Necro. If you have Enigma and you can teleport out of a Bone Prison, it's easier to escape. But if you don't have Enigma, you're toast. You're toast when you start charging around.
Yep.
So,
and walls are totally fine, correct? If you would like to use them.
Yeah, you can use a wall, but you just don't want to overuse it. So, for example, if you follow me up here to this wall, Llama, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So, like, if I'm, if I'm dueling
across there, yeah,
and then I'm just, I'm doing this to try to escape attacks or whatnot, or I'm just, I'm really overutilizing it.
Yeah.
Then we could warn somebody for defensive play. Yep. But if like I said, you got millions of arrows on you and you just teleport right here to shake them off, that's fine. Same with Bone Spirits. Like, you're not winning if they're continue to lock onto you. So, I mean, you have to break it somehow.
Right.
And it works the same with running off someone's screen, too. If you sometimes to break a name lock that they have on you, you have to kind of run off their screen. Some people do the old CT cast and teleport off the screen very quickly and then come right back on. It's just to break your opponent's name lock.
Yep.
Which, if people aren't familiar with name lock, basically it just means they hold down on your character with, their mouse button, and they're going to hit you wherever you go.
Right.
They're homed in on you.
Yep.
But
all right. Bone walls allowed 4 per screen. Yeah, I mean, that seems about right. Exactly. As long as you're not just spamming it completely and locking everything out. Totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's Bone Wall will lag the game. There's no official rule on it in this rule set, but typically, in my experience, if you're spending the time, casting Bone Wall here, whereas his opponent does not have Enigma, you don't want to again make it just a very unfair duel to watch. So a lot of times you'll see Necros Bone Wall themselves in.
Right.
And they'll build up a little fortress around them. So if you're going to do that, fine, but don't overdo it.
Right.
Don't overdo it.
Right. All right. Shirley, Lemons, go to your sides. Let's get round number 2 underway here. So if you want to give the players their ready.
Absolutely. Fighters ready. All right, and just to make sure that we know what's up, I just want to make sure that I have the team names down here. We have Team Teo and Team Nyan Ball. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And
this is
Team...
Wait, Team Teo and 9 Ball. Yes, Teo versus 9 Ball.
And which team is this up here?
Lemon Peel is 9 Ball. Maxim is Teo.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's get it underway. Match 2 of the 2v2 team tournament. Here we go.
All right. When we start.
Very nice. We've got Team 9 Ball. We've got the Necro building up a nice little defense here. Oh, man, taken out by the assassin. Those traps are vicious. I really like the defense of this Necro here, building up that bone wall around him to protect him from those charges from Lemons. Lemons is going to try to charge in and punish that Necro for not having a lot of block. So one way that he can kind of thwart that is to just kind of keep himself in.
Yep.
Keep himself protected. The only risk that you run there is if Lemons gets inside that wall.
Then he's on the wrong side, and now you're
on the wrong side of it. And down goes Lemons.
Wow. That was actually a good duel. I mean,
that was a really good duel.
Lemons first off held on for a bit, but additionally, Cherno and Hayaku were both pretty low. Like Lemons was probably 1 hit away from knocking out the Necro, and I mean, then after that, it's just 1v1 versus that assassin. So that was actually
absolutely
really
and the
crazy.
impressive thing there about Lemons is he was keeping the pressure on in that when it was 2 versus him. He did not let up, and he did not, he might run off the screen again to kind of break that name lock from the assassin, but he's right back on it. He does not give you time to adapt to what's going on.
Yep.
That was very well done.
That was a great duel, and this time if we can see Shirley hang on a little bit longer, I think we could easily see this 1v1.
Absolutely.
1-1.
Absolutely. I think, Shirley got caught early in that duel, getting mind blasted by the assassin and taken out by Cherno, or essentially taken out by the assassin, but both
the traps
of them were on
mostly,
top of him.
Yeah, they both just kind of got on top. So let's see if they can do this. It looks like we have all the readies.
And here we go. Round 2.
Shirley Serious, maybe playing a little bit back this time, trying to stay away. He knows that Lemons can tank pretty well. Lemons was doing a lot to tank right there, so he's definitely in a decent spot.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you can see Shirley Serious. He's definitely playing a little more conservatively now. Oh, and down goes Lemons, taken out by the Necromancer. Those Bone Spirits are vicious. Bone Spirit when you're looking at, him now chasing around paladins with Bone Spirit, it's really, really nasty. Ooh, and down goes Shirley Sirius. Yeah, a poison and bone skull necro traditionally has what I call a class advantage.
Yeah.
On a paladin.
Yep.
And it's because just about every attack that a paladin has for PvP, you need to aim on your opponent with, or you need to place them very well. For example, Shirley Sirius was a hammered in. Hammers don't seek your opponent out.
Nope.
They don't seek your opponent out. They just spin
they
there,
just
and you
spin
better
in
hope,
a circle.
you better hope your opponent runs into one. You better hope that you placed it in the right spot. That bone spirit, that'll hunt your opponent down. It might not do as much damage as a hammer, but it's coming after you.
Right.
You have to get out of the way of that. And if you don't, and if he bone prisons you while you're running away, and you have 3 or 4 or 5 bone spirits to catch up to you, well, my friend, you are gone.
Yeah. For sure.
That was really exciting.
That was good. And that one honestly could have gone either way. I mean, I feel like if you have them keep dueling right there, you'll definitely start to see Shirley and Lemon steal some matches off of them and start evening it out. But
absolutely,
in a best of 3, it looks like for the initial blind right there, Maxim and Cherno gonna take it forward.
Very nice job. Team Teo.
So this brings us now to our round 2. We have now gotten through the basics there. And let me see. If I click this, okay, it does fill. Perfect. So now we have Noxy and Stacks versus the Punch and Root. So if you guys will come on in, this will be Team 9-ball. Oh, it looks like.
But we still have a few. Yeah, we still have a few more. It's the way that the bracket was set up. If you look at it, it looks like we had to get some of those matches out of the way first in order to create the least amount of buys.
Yep.
So those 2 matches were sort of the, all right, now that we've got that out of the way, we throw these guys into the regular mix up. So what I think we should do, why don't we go down to the bottom one there, Mattiel King and Joby versus NYC Maxim and Arena. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. We just saw Team Teo. We should do 2 new ones.
Hold up. No, it's going to be... Sorry, I just got to do this really fast. No, this is right, yeah. So we'll do these 2. Just because I just want to go down the bracket straight like that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Man, I'm so excited for this.
I know, me too.
Yeah, that was very fast paced. And the thing is, it's crazy. In these duels, I feel like you have to really look at and examine the strategy of like one person at a time. You know what I mean? What are they doing and why? You have to look at, okay, the assassin here is running away. They're not casting Mind Blast. Why?
Right.
Oh, it's because, the necromancer has them locked with Bone Spirit or what have you.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, in team duels, I'm not sure, has anyone ever been a part of a 4v4 team duel?
I have, maybe a long time ago.
You want to talk about crazy and a lot of stuff going on. Difficult to follow for even the people in it. 4v4 if that's your kind of thing, that's going to be your kind of duel. There's so much going on. Yeah, I feel like any team really has a fighting chance just with all of the craziness. Half the battle is trying to figure out exactly what's going on. 2v2s is a little more manageable, but still there's so many quick decisions that both players are, on a team are making to sort of work with each other.
Yep.
It's just it's poetry in motion seeing some of these.
All right. Noxy, Stacks, Punch, and Root. Who are we missing? Alan, where's your partner? He went to bio break. Okay. If we want to, are we thinking long bio break? Because we could run the next set in here if we need, or if he's like really quick, then we can get it there. But here, anyways, are the brackets that we have coming up. Sure, let's run next set. Drop out, guys, please. Let us know, Alan. So we have Noxie versus Stax. Noxie and Stax versus Punch and Root. Back to Diablo and Avenger versus Divinity and Jace. Dark Crop and Kreider versus White Raiden Master and Slaw. Who is Slaw? And Mattiel King and Joby versus Maxim and Churn. So let's go ahead and bring in Dark Crop and White Raiden. I'm excited for that one.
All right.
So Dark Crop, Kreider, White Raiden, and Slaw Guy.
Slaughter. It's that name has the Mainer accent on it. Slaughter.
Like Slaughter.
We don't pronounce our R's up here. It's not slaughter. It's slaughter. Oh, this is awesome. Kreider has brought his Amazon into this game. Man, this Amazon hits like a truck.
Oh, what's the teammate going to be for this?
Let me see. I'm just going to look at Dark Crop. Okay, I know a couple of his characters. Oh, and he brought the one. Dark Crop is on Rain Tornado. And that is a Windy Druid.
Okay.
Very, very vicious dueler, I think, in PvP. NATO Druids, or Windy Druids, or Elemental Druids, as they're commonly called,
yep,
are very, very powerful. Any class that can use pets, right? That can, cast up 4 or 5 wolves and an Oak Sage, or a bear and an Oak Sage. The crazy thing about that in PvP is those pets can block shots for you.
Yep.
They might not be good for much else, but they can block shots for you. So it makes it so that, if you're running up against a paladin, let's say, or a hammerdin, where, they get a bad rep sometimes because they'll go running around the moor spamming hammers or whatnot. The advantage to having a druid is you can just telestomp right on top of them, and your pets will block those hammers for you, and you can just immediately throw nados, and it gets pretty vicious.
Yeah. This is probably one of my more favorite dual classes, honestly, is the Elemental Druid. Just purely for all of that reason. And I just love the telestomp with it. It's just such a fun, character to stomp in with.
It really is.
So I don't know. I've always had a great time with it. I don't do a ton of it, but
do you feel like a house when you telestomp somebody with a druid?
Yeah.
You have so much life, so many pets. You're a walking house.
And you just drop everything on top. Oh, it's just disgusting. So, all right. Animation is getting their character in. In the meantime, hostile us. Rand as well. What does hostiling do? When they hostile us, it allows us to see their health. Because otherwise, when we hover over them, if they're partied or unhostiled, we just see nothing. So this allows us to see their life totals when they're moving around. So just a small thing.
And hostiling in general in the game allows you to fight the other player. It says, I'm hostile to you, and my attacks will damage you. Instead of being on a team where you all of your missiles and everything are going through your teammates, they're not hurting them. When you click hostile, well, now your attacks can actually damage other players. So
Yes.
it's one of my favorite mechanics in this whole game, that hostile button.
Oh, for sure. All right. So as soon as Bone Armor gets out here, we can begin our ready checks.
All right. Fighters ready. This is going to be great. So I'm just going to make sure we've got the teams right here, and I know who I'm following. So we got Team Bronski has White Raiden and Slaughter on it. Team Riker, Dark Crop, and Kreider. God, these guys are so good. Yeah, this is going to be a great team. An Amazon and a Druid. And we've got those guys versus a Necro and a Paladin. How will this turn out? We're going to find out now. Here we go.
All right, so the first one is underway. Tornado and Nip just hanging out on their side right now.
Oh, man. So it looks like Team Bronski has a very interesting strategy. It looks like Animation is a smiter. So he's going to try to get very close to his opponent and cast or just use Smite, which is where you smack your opponent with a shield.
Right.
It's very good in PvP.
Oof.
And he has, again, a Necro on his team for that amplify damage.
Yep.
It's all physical damage from that Smite. So I'm telling you, Smite hurts in and of itself in PvP. When you have amplified damage, man, watch out.
So it looks like Rand's taking a little bit. Zon, so far. Oh, Nip has now actually taken a lot of damage. Nip goes down to Animation.
Animation charged right in there. He noticed that Nip had the bow side out and charged right in with his Grief Zerker and finished it. Oh my gosh!
But
did Rand Tornado take out somebody post his death? Was that a draw? That was a draw.
we have a tie.
We have a first draw today.
Wow.
That was amazing. These guys annihilated each other. Oh my
Wow.
God. GG.
You don't see a draw very often. Let's
really
just say
don't.
that.
You really don't. That was a draw right there. That means it's still 0-0. It doesn't count for anybody. It's not necessarily the first to kill. One of the most important things in PvP is you got to be able to protect yourself even after you make a kill in teams. So if Rand Tornado throws a tornado and you kill him and that tornado kills you, it's over.
Yeah. What's a tie? It's a tie.
No.
That's it.
Yep.
It's a tie. So now we'll have two more, and then if there's a 1-1, then we'll go to game 4, I guess, for the decider.
Yeah, this is amazing. That was such a fun duel to watch, and I mean, I am not surprised that these teams annihilated each other. These guys are so good on both sides. Team Bronski versus Team Riker. And let's go.
Let's see it. Let's see
round two, but it's practically round 1 again.
Basically.
Now it's kind of good though. These teams kind of have a feel for what the other one's doing. Nip staying out of the range of damage here, trying to get some shots in on Animation.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Animation does a very nice chain lock there and actually caught the Druid. That's very tough to do.
Animation's very low, though, but Nip about half right now, trying to escape and get away. Wow. Bone is just right on top of him, though.
My gosh.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
And Nip goes down. Wow. What a fight. I mean,
that was nuts.
Jeez. Both of them were so low again.
They almost annihilated each other again right there.
Yeah.
This is a very good matchup.
Yes.
This is very good.
This is a fantastic matchup. This is one that I could watch for, like, just let them play out 50 games. Let's just see how it goes. It'll go back and forth.
So it looks like we have Team Bronski is currently up, but the duels aren't over till they're over. Looks like Nip needs a second. He might be using Cube Bow, where he has a Herodric Cube in his inventory, and he uses that to swap so that an Amazon can swap from, they can have their javelin and bow, but also, they can have battle orders.
Yep.
So it's a very common strategy in PvP.
All right, are we ready for game 3? So right now, if they can get another draw or win, we will see Bone Armor and Animation take it.
This possibly, it could end here, but it could go into potentially a 4th round.
Yep.
If Team Riker wins here.
Yep. Nip has taken a little bit of damage so far, still staying alive.
Nip is in trouble, and he's got Animation on top of him. Oh, and that was bad. Now Animation finishing off Rand Tornado. Wow. Did you see what was happening there right at the end? So Rand Tornado was teleporting away.
Right.
But almost in quick succession.
Bone Armor.
Right after that, you had Animation telly right where he was.
Both of them. Oh,
yeah.
God.
That was called a chain lock right there. And that is the nightmare of a caster when you're going up against someone who, is running a smiter, has the skill smite, and you get chain locked. That is the nightmare of a caster. In case anyone's not familiar, it's basically where someone keeps name locking you throughout all of your teleports, and they're following you while you're teleporting. And every time they land, they rename lock you. So you have to really, there's a strategy to get out of it. You just have to be offensive and defensive at the same time. It's really tough. And, name lock or chain locking right there, that was very well done by Animation. It's not an easy thing to do. It's, there's a lot of things you have to do all at once. And that was amazing. Nice job. That was a great fight.
Man, that was a fantastic fight. All right. So next up, we have Mattiel King and Joby versus Maxim and Arena.
Team Cooley. Let's go. You boys better not disappoint.
Team Cooley.
Team Cooley. We got Mattiel King and Joby. These guys really, really entertaining to watch. That is for sure.
Yep. But Maxim and Churn did a great job there in that qualification round versus Shirley and Lemon. So we'll see how they can go here.
This is so we've noticed on Team Cooley over here. I had no idea what matchup these guys were going to bring, but wow, this is a vicious one. So this is a barbarian and assassin team. Now, why this team is so good is because both characters have the ability to stun people. And if you're wondering how you do that with a barbarian, it's not with the skill that you would think. It's not with the skill called stun. It's with the skill called leap. You might notice that Geppetto, the barbarian on that team, will do these leaps in really short succession. You know what I mean? He'll leap almost right next to himself. He'll just keep leaping. And what that does when you have a high enough level leap is it actually stuns your opponents for 17, 18 yards out.
Right.
It knocks them back.
Right.
So when you have a lot of pressure coming onto you, that leap can actually just knock some people back, get them off of you a little bit, which is very good in a team duel.
Yeah, leap is whenever somebody first starts playing Diablo 2. Oh, you need me to kill mercenary. Whenever people first start playing Diablo 2, they always are like, "Oh man, leap is so worthless." And then the better and better you get Diablo 2, the more you realize this is the most broken skill in the game. Actually the most OP skill. Yes. I feel like overall with just its use in PVM, its use in PvP, just cross everything. It's just disgusting. It's so broken. And
the thing with leap is it's purely defensive too.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be damaging your opponent necessarily with leap. But the other character that we have on that team is an assassin who has a very offensive and defensive stun skill in Mind Blast.
Yep.
As you PD2 players know, Mind Blast is good. In PD2 it got a lot better, but even in LOD here, regular classic LOD, it's super really good.
Yeah,
it does physical damage on top of stunning your opponent. You know, so that'll be an interesting team to watch. And then, of course, we have Cherno and Hayaku down here, and they are fighting for Team Teo in this tournament. This will be very, very fun to watch.
And we do have a dual wield barb up here, so we'll see what happens there. All right.
Yep, that is a BVC right there.
BVC, ready.
And go. Here it is. Team Cooley versus Team Teo. Oh, look at this. Okay, so Cherno was building himself a little fortress there. That's actually a good idea because it makes it so that if a barbarian is on top of you and you have a bone wall in front of you, their whirlwind has a chance to hit that bone wall and not you.
Yep.
So that's a very good strategy there. Oh, and Cherno's getting mind blasted.
Ooh.
Cherno might be in a lot of trouble. He managed to weapon swap out of it. He's trying to escape, but Sai is on top of it. This is Joby right here. He was on top of that chain lock mind blast, but I'm surprised Cherno got out of that.
Cherno has 1 life left, and there he goes. He finally drops.
Man. You know, the crazy thing about having bone armor is that with bone armor, you actually absorb that physical damage from Mind Blast.
Yep.
So there it is. Oh, man.
Whew.
Looks like Team Cooley gets it for that matchup.
That was a dominant performance right there in round 1 of that.
So the strategy there, as you saw, Sai or Joby was using Mind Blast.
Yep.
When a character would come close, and that's basically all he would use. He would set up a couple of traps to for additional stun and for obviously additional damage. But the big thing is when Geppetto and Sai were on that same screen, the assassin would Mind Blast and Geppetto would try to get in and hit them while that player was stunned.
Yeah.
And that was a really good strategy.
And they got Cherno there early and knocked him down, and then it was enough where just a single trap shot finished him off later.
Oh, for sure. And I was actually amazed at how well Cherno escaped a lot of those locks.
Me too.
That would have been a death sentence for a lot of players right there. But Cherno was on top of it. He actually escaped those locks pretty well.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is they have an assassin of their own. And, I'm curious to see if that's going to come into play a little bit more in this duel here.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get some Mind Blast off of his own and change the tides.
And here we go. Round 2. Team Cooley versus Team Teo. Cherno trying to keep his distance now. I think that's a great idea. He sees the team coming up and he says, I'm not getting anywhere near that Mind Blast.
Nope.
I think that's fine. Keep your distance and throw these bone spirits. They hurt. And that's what he's trying now, but Sai is not letting that happen. He says, I'm coming for you, buddy.
Oh, and they've got on top of him. Oh,
wow, and he broke the lock.
He gets it again. He gets away.
Cherno broke the lock. That was insane. Oh,
But
Hayaku
his
goes down by
assassin
Geppetto,
goes
and now
down.
they're both on Cherno.
Yep.
Very, very well done.
GG's. Oof.
Oh my gosh, that was
Wow.
insane.
Team
Jeez.
Cooley. Hacks Team Cooley. That's gonna be
Mods,
a
hacks.
fantastic semifinals.
That was really good.
'Cause-
I'm impressed. I did not think those guys would use those players or those characters for that.
Yeah. That was fantastic.
When they showed up, I'm like, what are you doing, guys?
Whew.
These aren't the characters I know and love, but that was an amazing team. These guys spent some time figuring out a good team.
Yep.
And that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of this. I think it's the team and how well you work together that's going to make the difference.
And I mean, like I said, like you said at the start, the team that works together the best, and you could tell right there that was very well coordinated and planned and how they were going to work together. So Matt and Joby move forward, and they'll have White Raiden and Slaughter later in the semis. But for now, let's get Noxy and Stax versus the Punch and Root. Come on in. Thank you, Paiwa. Come on in.
A gift for you. 38 Seems like it was yesterday that I
Thanks,
watched your
Archangelo.
Sarge Druid video on YouTube and brought me to your channel.
Yeah, I
bro.
see some comments. Maddie and Joby have they have some fans, I think, from the DFC. These guys did pretty well in the Diablo Fighting Championship. Joby actually took the whole thing down this season for season 1. He used his he's not using that character though.
No.
He was using the VT Vindicator.
Oh God, VT.
MTL.
Please no VT.
And he was very good on that. That's why when he didn't show up with MTL, I'm like, what are you doing? Are you trying to ruin things for Team Cooley? But no, they next level. They're thinking team, and that's amazing.
That is. Get you this. Yeah, that's. Oh man, VT. I hate that character so much.
it's so hard to deal with.
It's so hard.
And like the chain locks that we saw animation do in the last duel, those are not reserved for just a smiter.
Right.
A VT can do those too.
Yep.
And it gets especially discouraging when you have a VT casting Fist of Heavens, which will auto aim you at a distance. You know what I mean? It will automatically hit its target. But if they happen to name lock you with FOH, there's a really interesting game you start to play in PvP, because he could just stay back and never telestomp you. He just hit you with FOH, and you're just going to continually get pinged down for damage. Or on a moment's notice, he could chain lock you, and he's right next to you with a smite, and that is pretty vicious. That's pretty vicious.
Yeah.
It looks like
rough.
We're waiting on Rippon's teammate here.
And so we do have some questions about how the tag team will work tomorrow. So we will provide you with the level 8 and level 13 characters. We will give you the account name and the character that you will just log into. You will then go and wait at an area. And when you're at that area, as soon as your teammate gets to you and has the appropriate level, then you can then start running as well. So that's how that will be going. So you're just going to be chilling, waiting, and then as soon as they get there, so you have to go get the level. So you'll start at level 1, that person gets to 8, and then runs to Black March or to Moe Highland or whatever the area, and then they trade off, and then the next person has to level to 13 before they can tag their next teammate. So you have to run around and find experience. All right. We have everyone in here, everyone hostile, everyone ready.
Looks like it. Okay. So we have Alan and Rippons versus Noxie and Rashi, and these guys
Double pally.
These guys are team. What is this? Is this team Llama versus Waffles?
Yes, Llama versus Waffles.
Llama versus Waffles. And you guys ready? Let's do a in-game ready check for these guys. As we start round 1. Let's go. Team Waffles versus Team Llama. Who are you betting on here, Mr. Llama?
Oh, I'm always betting on Team Llama, but right now it's not looking so great.
Oh, man.
Alan getting chased down.
Wow. Noxie is a very vicious VT. Speaking of a discouraging build, Noxie is a VT.
Seriously.
And oh my gosh, Alan's getting chased down by a Hammerden and a VT. This is not. Oh! Wow. He goes out in glorious fashion there by taking out at least one person from that team with him. That was rough though. And Alan, did you see how long he was hanging on with 2 vicious paladins chasing him down?
He was hanging on and getting the damage in. I mean, he was doing great. If Rip can stay alive for a little bit longer there and just get a little bit more damage in early, get that amp damage off, we could definitely see ourselves going 1-1 here after this. I mean, this fight could go both ways. Alan was doing a fantastic job hanging in.
Yeah, that was really good, and it might be part of their strategy too to go and get rid of the necromancer first.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it really is just a key component of that team. Having not only the amplified damage but the ranged support.
Yep.
I think that's an extremely good team. You have the barbarian that's going to benefit from the curse and get that up close and personal damage.
Right.
And then you have the necro that's going to stay at a distance. And it's like there's never a point where you're safe if you let that necro survive. So I think that might have been part of their strategy, is get the necromancer out of there very quickly.
Yeah.
And the good thing about paladins is they have the cleansing aura. So they can quickly get rid of that amplified damage curse when it's cast on them.
And that's
it kind of pushes a necro into that weird spot in the duel. Do you want to keep casting amplified
How
damage?
often are you jumping in and casting it? And
Right.
Right.
Or are you going to remain defensive, or are you going to be a support character, or are you going to be offensive too? So it just puts them in that weird spot.
All right. Our players ready? Looks
And
like
here we
everyone-
go, round 2.
Let's see if Rip can stay alive a little bit longer, or if they are going to get on top and target him. Alan throwing some leaps in there.
Oh, that's a good strategy.
Oh, and
But
Rip
Rippins goes
down.
down. They took out the necro. That was the key component.
He was
And they
far up.
don't have amplified damage on them. They are
Nope.
not amped right now. This is an uphill battle for Alan.
Rip was so far up there too.
Oh man, that was a very good strategy by these paladins.
And now Alan is going to be in trouble. Team Llama
Oh.
in some trouble.
Team Waffles is really looking to finish this fight here, but they don't want to get too overzealous because Alan hits hard.
Yep.
You don't want to keep trying to telly stomp him if you know, or if you're unsure that your attack's going to land. You want to really pick your shots.
But this VT just foed in from afar.
Oh man, I don't think. I mean, I think of all the attacks here, Alan's
Look at
worried
that.
least about that foe.
True.
It's dealing the least amount of damage, but it's still significant. It's gonna
It's
ping
still-
him down over time.
Still
Look
picking
at
him
Alan
away.
hanging on. Yeah, amazing. I mean, he's doing some damage. He's doing more damage to them collectively than they have been to him.
Oh.
But that's it. As I say that, finally he gets cut off.
That
He
one
gets
hurts.
cut off by the hammered in. That was really good. Rashi chose to cut him off there instead of telly stomping him. He figured out which way that Alan was whirlwinding and cut him off with the teleport. So he started spinning hammers where he was going to be instead of trying to stomp him, and that made the difference right there. That was a very good duel, very good display of skill and class on both sides there.
Oh, for sure. That was well done by both teams. I'm sad. I'm very sad to see Team Llama drop out. But you know what? If that's the team that's gonna knock him out, I mean, so be it. Both of those paladins were doing just a fantastic job, and they really, like you're saying, put Alan in this weird position of like, how do I do this? Like, okay, Fist of Heavens was coming down, and it was just slowly chipping away. And so Alan then had to either just keep running and trying, but like then he's just going to slowly get picked off. So then he has to maybe turn around, but then he switches into smiting, or he switches, and then he's got the hammers that are constantly popping. It's like, how do you fight against that,
It's every vicious paladin skill coming at you at once.
Just
that was
nasty.
So rough, but he held on for a very long time. Alan he's a tough fighter.
Yeah.
He doesn't just, he's one of those fighters that he doesn't get discouraged when he loses his teammate in a duel.
Yep.
He said, I can do this.
Yep.
I think, in that case, it took a lot to take him out, but they finally did. He's just got that winning mentality. Like, what are my, instead of saying, I'm dead here, I've lost my teammate, he says, what are my outs?
Right.
Like, how can I actually win here? And he was picking his shots. He was keeping the distance. He was trying to break name locks. All of these decisions going on so quickly in his head. I mean, it's very impressive.
Oh, yeah. He did a great job. All right, so let's bring in back to Diablo and Avenger and Divinity and Jace. Come on over. Come on over. And here we can look at our updated bracket. So this will be the last play to get into the semis.
Man.
Exciting
Coming up
times.
on these semifinals. This is so insane.
Exciting times. These duels will only get better.
Now, we haven't seen Back to Diablo and Avenger fight yet.
Nope.
Or either of these teams, right? We haven't seen Divinity or Jace fight either. So this will be two very new teams right here that we'll get to see what they chose. I'll look at this guy's name too. I'm not sure, you guys might be familiar with this, PD2 players and classic Diablo players. You can only have one of a name in a realm.
So to get the name Duel.
That's so cool.
That's disgusting.
That's really cool. That's a good name.
And I like that
went
he
out of his way,
capitalizing the L.
Capitalize the L
to make sure it's not a capital I. Yep. I was about to say the exact same thing. He capitalized the L just so you know it's not Dewey. It's Duel. He got the name. That's the way to do it.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's the way to do it. So, predictions here.
I'm gonna have to see what people brought in.
True,
because
we
I
don't have
happen
all
to know
the-
some of these players on both sides. I know Divinity and I know Back to Diablo, and both of those guys are very, very good. And in fact, it looks like that might actually be Divinity right there with the name Duel. So that's not typically the character I'm used to seeing him on.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that. Actually, wait, no, I'm sorry. He's a Necro. Yeah, he's a Necro. That's the character I'm used to seeing him on. He's really good on a Necro.
Uh-oh.
I mean, we caught him. He actually joined the DFC last season, and he was kind of a latecomer to the DFC. I
Yeah.
recognized right away when I saw him duel. I said, "This guy's got some skill. This guy's got some skill. I mean, very, very high level. He's actually from Europe. He's one of the European players. I know that we had some people in chat that were hyped for the team EU. Oh, here you go. If you want to root for somebody, Divinity is your guy. Coming over and joining us from Europe on the US East server. So sometimes he gives up a little bit of ping there too to duel with us. So he's just a good guy, good-hearted dude, and I'm so pumped that he's joined us on this. But also Back to Diablo. Speaking of good Necro players.
Yep.
Very, very vicious. And you can see that he has brought his all-time GG Necro, Carnegie. This is gonna be a fight.
This one could be good, huh? Ooh, let me kill Merce.
Oh my gosh. You know who else we have in this game? Who is he was in the DFC this season, and he has on BattleNet for so long been, I've always said this about him. I'm not going to hold back here. I've said it about him on my stream. I think he's the best Zon on East. I have rarely seen anybody match his skill level in PvP with an Amazon. Yeah, TFC Priest is amazing. He, I've been lucky enough to beat him a couple of times in my life. And whatever I surprise him with, he can quickly adapt, and he can say, "Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. I'm going to adapt my strategy like this. I'm going to use this item instead." And he's very good at that. So we might see TFC Priest here for the first time. We might see a team go back to the stash after a duel and say, "Okay,
wow,
well, I need to adapt like this." He's very good like that. Looks like players have started up a little mana pool here. I like that. A little teamwork. It just makes it so when people run out of mana, they can quickly go back here.
You have got me so excited for this match. This is gonna be the match.
This is one of the matches. I mean, I have seen Thrones before in duel games. GOT is also very good player. This is a stacked game. This is a stacked game. This could go either way. It could be a drawn out duel. It could be over very quickly.
Yeah.
It's I have no idea how it's gonna go. Who do you who are your thoughts on in this duel here, Llama?
Let's see. Necro Amazon versus Necro Druid. I mean, just from what you're saying, Priest and Carnegie, I feel like I have to throw the slight advantage, but Duel and Thrones, I mean, the dude has the name Duel. You know he's serious. You know he spent 30K forum gold or 100K or whatever on that name. The
name helps.
If I'm just saying, if you invest enough into buying that name, then you know that you're gonna be good. That's all I can say.
You never know. Maybe he just tried it one day and got it. You don't know.
That's not how it goes. Those names are on lock nonstop until you purchase them from someone.
Pretty much, man. Name farming exists not just on PD2 these days, but
it's everywhere.
Always on the realm.
Everywhere. So yeah, let's see if Fenno can get it done here with Thrones, or what's gonna happen. I'm excited. I just don't even know. I'm just excited for this one.
I am as well, man. I can't wait to see how this goes.
All right.
Let's doing an in-game ready check here from the players. And we're still waiting on one team to be ready.
Yep. All good.
These guys got to make sure they do all their pre-buffs. There's actually a pretty intricate pre-buff routine. Pre-buffing routine that goes on for some characters.
Oh yeah. And this is no stash pre-buff. But if you've ever, I mean, I'm sure you have, when people have stash pre-buff routines, it gets intricate. I've seen people spend 5 minutes where they
it's ridiculous. It's funny. One of the guys was, I thought he was in this tournament. Maybe he didn't make it last minute, but Terry was, Terra's was notorious. He showed me this pre-buffing setup for a sorceress.
Yeah,
it was vicious. I mean, he was a fireball sorceress that pre-buffed for ES or energy shield from the stash. He had a 95% energy shield.
Oh my god!
And like a 20K fireball.
It's disgusting.
You couldn't touch this guy.
Right?
I
used
this character right here with a hybrid grief of destruction. And I charged the ever-living out of him. He had no block. Zero block. I couldn't kill him.
Yep.
You are a tank.
Yep. Get a barbarian with him to battle orders on that team, and no chance.
Get out of town. Yeah, that's why we banned those the stash pre-buffs.
Yeah.
They can get ridiculous.
They just get so silly.
Yeah, if you want to keep like a Heraldric cube in your inventory and use that for battle orders, that's fine. It's not going to take you like 5 minutes to pre-buff.
Right. All right. Our players ready? Looks like it.
And here we go.
Let's get it off. Duel trying to come around the back. Got some strafe going.
Yeah, and it looks like TFC Priest is amped here. And Amp is going to be really good because he actually takes more damage from tornadoes. Tornadoes, even though they're a caster skill, they are physical damage. So amplified damage does help with tornado too. Very nice, and it looks like, very, very well done. They're trying to box TFC Priest in.
Thrones goes down though.
See you in hell.
Oof. So now that amplified damage is null. Doesn't help magic damage.
Nope.
So now what we have here is Duel versus the world. Now, this is our European phenom right here, Duel. If there ever was a guy that could pull this off 2v1, I would say it's Duel. I mean, I would not count him out of this Duel yet. Look at him. He's CT casting around the map. And for anyone that's not familiar, CT casting is when you open up your character or skill tab so that you can actually give yourself a little bit of leverage when casting teleport and teleport even further. Even further than that one screen away. And that's what he's doing to sort of escape all of the craziness that's going on and to run up on players very quickly.
Priest
that's
taking some damage.
TFC here.
Priest and Carnegie both taking damage. Looks like Carnegie's was going straight onto Duel. Goes ahead and backs off. Gonna grab some mana really fast.
See, look at this, man. TFC Priest life total is going down quickly. I'm telling you, man. If there ever was a guy that could do it,
I mean,
it is Divinity.
This will be insane if he can pull this off. I mean, it was literally 2 full health characters. Not even like one's really low.
They weren't even touched.
Yeah, they had
TFC
not
Priest.
been touched yet.
TFC Priest had a million tornadoes thrown at him, but you could just see it's like a dance he puts on and gets out of the way of all of them.
Yep.
You know, it was amazing. I was surprised to see him escape just untouched from all of that. And now here he is. He's trying to distract Divinity by throwing up a clone of himself, seeing if that'll buy him some time. Carnegie still at a pretty healthy life total. But this is an uphill battle for Divinity. He not only does he have an opposing necromancer he has to fight, but he has a very good Amazon.
Strong Amazon.
I mean, I'm impressed whether or not he wins this duel that he is still in it.
I'm impressed of how much life he has taken off of both of these other players. Like you said, regardless if he wins or loses, the fact that he has taken this much life off of these players. Carnegie is now under half as well. So he has
hit Carnegie hard.
Yeah. So he has done enough here where he would be I mean, he's still over half.
Yeah. This could be the comeback of a lifetime. This could be the comeback of today. That is for damn sure. I don't think we've seen many comebacks today. Usually when your teammate's gone, it's a death sentence for the other guy.
We saw one take it to a draw. That was the closest comeback that we've really seen.
Yep. That's a very good point. That draw was an insanely good way to come back.
Yep. Priest at half here. Carnegie and Priest sticking together.
I think that's very good. Trying to protect each other here.
Yep.
You know, I think at first they were trying to finish this duel, and when they noticed, okay, we're not just dueling with your typical duel. You know, we're not dealing with your typical dueler here.
Right.
I think they're playing a little more conservatively now and giving a lot more respect to the power of Divinity and just the skill level that he has. Which also really speaks to the skill level of these other players, knowing when to dial it back.
Right.
You know, and say, okay, like, I recognize the skill. I'm not going to overextend myself here.
Mid-game strategy changes.
Exactly. Carnegie is also just a very good necro. Look at this constant attacks going out. TFC trying to provide, oh my god, TFC is very low on health. But he's trying to provide that support. Carnegie just hit a healing shrine. That's going to DQ him.
No, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
I was getting rid of it.
I was like, tell me you didn't just hit that accidentally.
No, I've been trying to grab the shrines as I see them just so there's no accidents, because nothing worse than that.
Good call. Thank you for that, man.
Duel actually has, I think, more life than both of these players combined now.
That's amazing. Oh, and he takes some arrows from TFC.
Yep.
See, what he's trying to do here, Duel realizes that he can't let these people know where he's going to be all the time.
Yep.
Because that multi-shot from TFC Priest is going to cover a wide range. He can't just stay downwind. You know what I mean? He has to teleport behind them, to the side of them, in front of them, and just be all over the map and keep TFC guessing where he's going to be. And he's doing a really good job of that. Like, you know, he's coming in and out, which is the strategy that you need to use here.
I mean,
and
I'm just going to join with you and say, like, he's definitely doing a great job, because I'm like, where's he coming from? Like, every single time that I'm standing here with him, I'm waiting to see which way he's coming from, and I have no clue.
Yeah, don't try to follow him. With CT casting and, you know, the level of CT casting he does, you won't keep up.
Nope.
He's so quick.
And here he is again. He's going to go try and get Priest, and he takes Priest out. Carnegie and Duel down to just their jimmies.
My God. What a comeback from Duel. Even if he doesn't win this thing, this is impressive.
Oh my goodness. Will he get the finishing blow here on Carnegie? He's definitely being a little more active right now. Where'd Carnegie go? Where are they? I've lost them. Here they are left.
Don't blink. These guys are quick.
Duel is so super low as well.
Oh my gosh.
They're
This is
both
gonna
at
be
like
back and
1 to 2
forth.
shots away.
See, I wouldn't be surprised if they both started using teeth now and
Yeah.
throwing teeth in front of them and
Yep.
sort of teleporting into it. That makes it's very difficult for your opponent to follow you when they have, see, you can see some of these teeth coming at us.
Right.
It's very difficult for your opponent to follow you when they're going to be hit by a ton of teeth if they do.
You're definitely seeing both players utilize a lot, and he does it. The full life comeback from Duel. Wow.
Oh my god! I told you if there was a guy that could do it.
He's going to have the name Duel.
You got exactly. He was right. The name Duel helps. That was.
You know, if the guy has the name Duel, he's one of the top players. He's going to be one of the
serious.
top duelers. Oh my god.
That was amazing. That was. I mean, it's hard to keep up with that, but I don't even care. Like
No.
that was. It's so. You know what's going on. They're casting magic spells and trying to stay out of the way of their opponent's magic spells.
Jump
And,
each
you
other,
know,
get away, get them
Exactly.
trapped, cast the teeth in front, teleport into it, get them to follow. Like, that was game one.
That was so good. That was, you're right. That was round one right there. That was round one. And we said this. We said this could be over quickly or it could take a long time. You know, that's typically what you'll see with people where you have like equal skill on every single character.
Yeah.
Is they know what to do when they're ahead and they know what to do when they're behind.
Yep.
You know, and they can just very quickly, easily adapt. And here you go. You're going to see TFC Priest going to town and trying to adapt to this. See, these are some really, really good strategists right here.
Yeah. Break for 15 minutes on that, right? Like, oh man, my heart. My heart. Oh my gosh. All right. Really quick, before we jump into this next one, because these are amazing, make sure, everybody, to pop on over. Cooley runs all sorts of events like this on Arena here. And I run other events on Arena. Y'all can start running events here. All sorts of fun stuff. So if you guys are interested in playing things like this is a great way to do it. Now, additionally, we have more events coming up, and we're going to have giveaways. We're giving away full PC setups every single day. So today we're giving away again as well, like we gave away yesterday, a full monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, a headset, and a PC to one lucky winner right there. And if you click on that link that I just posted in chat right there, you can go and you can go to the giveaways tab and you can enter. Simple as that. Get entered. You get all of this. Yeah, a full monitor, not a half monitor. This one has the whole monitor there. It's amazing.
Code for him today, or have we leaked that yet?
The code for today is Cooley, as some of you guys have figured out.
Wow.
Yeah, we've already had a few people guess it. So code for today is Cooley, my co-caster right now, who is just fantastic, doing a great job casting here.
I appreciate you, dude.
So the name right there, Cooley, 3 O's, L-E-Y. You can see it right below as well. Anyways, let's jump in now to round 2, game 2 of this in this best of 3.
Wow, what an exciting first round.
Seriously.
And it looks like Carnegie, they're trying to rebow and just make sure. They were ready to go a second ago, but now their battle orders have ticked down a few more seconds. They got to re-up. They gotta
Yep.
make sure that they're all ready to go.
Yep.
My poor heart can't take it if he pulls the 2v1 again. We're going to see. They might have adapted their strategy. We're going to go into round 2 here. You see TFC Priest keeping his distance. And now he's got Duel on him. Duel just amplify damage.
Yep.
Just casted that on Priest.
Carnegie goes down, though. So now...
Oh, man.
That is going to be tough, as now we have to see a reverse from the opposite way with Priest.
To see exactly. We're going to have to see this come from Priest, but it will not.
Well, not this time.
Oh, my gosh. There it is. That, I mean, are we not calling this exactly how it is? It's either going to be a long duel or it's going to be over quick.
Yep.
And that was exactly what it was there. That was, wow. Wow.
That was a lot faster than the first one.
That was amazing. Just amazing to watch. The tough thing about having a Zon be the last one left on the team is those skills that come in handy in one-on-one really hurt you in teams when you're the last player standing.
Yep.
And I'm talking about dodge, evade, avoid. Those are skills that they protect you from taking a lot of damage. But when you have two people on you at once, the animation that triggers when you dodge an attack,
you just get stuck.
Freezes you in place.
Yeah.
So it can kind of work to your disbenefit there.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. So we have Team Senpai something. That's the winners of that, right? Am I looking at the right thing?
That is Team Senpai something. They will be going up against Noxy and Stax here in the semis. So if those two will stay in this game. Oh, looks like they already left. If they will stay in this game, Noxy and Stax come on in. And we will get these semifinals underway. So Waffles, Senpai, Cooley, and Bronski are the 4 teams that are remaining.
Let's go, Team Cooley. We can do it. There's so many vicious fighters in this
We
thing,
need Cooley to not win. You keep winning everything. Your team is destroying right now in the arena games. Stop winning.
Well, we had a very good MVP on our team yesterday in Zach.
Yeah.
Wow. What did he take? 2 or 3 first place finishes
He took 2 of
yesterday in the
them,
events and a second place?
Two in a second. So he did some work for you.
Yeah, it was amazing. Well done, Zach. Shout out to you, man.
Noxy and Roshi. Okay, so Jace and Divinity, come on back in. You guys are up against the dual paladin combination here.
Ooh, this worked very well last time.
It did.
Especially on a team where they had a Necro, because, as we mentioned before, the Paladins have cleansing. They can wipe that aura clean very quickly.
Yeah.
And that's something to consider with this. But Duel, a.k.a. Divinity, he knows that.
Yep.
He knows that. And he's also very, very quick. With casting stuff. I mean, I've dueled him in team games before. And you want to talk about pressure? You want to talk about a discouraging amount of times he can keep a curse on you while keeping the offense on? He is just a vicious fighter.
Yes. He seems quite vicious from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, pulling back the 1v2 was insane. Necro versus Necro and Zon. I mean, that's just amazing right there.
That was the highlight of my day so far, seeing that. I mean,
Yes.
that was an amazing comeback. That might have been one of the best comebacks I've ever seen when you consider who was actually on the other team.
True. Priest and Carnegie.
Yeah.
All right. You want to call it? Ready, players?
I sure will. So we have Team Waffles versus Team Senpai something. And here we go. Starting this fight off, Duel coming right in and casting that amplify damage, not wasting any time, and then quickly dropping back for ranged support.
Noxy takes about half health damage right there. Duel trying to bounce around.
Yep, that was a very good. You see, that's how tricky Duel is. He's staying at a distance, and suddenly he's right on top of you. He teleports in to keep you guessing where he's going to be.
And Noxy goes down to Thrones right there. Roshi goes down.
That amplified damage. I told you, man, Duel kept that right on those paladins, did not let them wipe it away.
Nope.
They didn't let him utilize that cleansing aura. Just kept that constant pressure on. And that amplified damage really, really helps those NATOs.
Oh, you could see those NATOs just do huge damage to the paladins. Huge damage.
They will tear you apart with amplified damage on, man. That is a vicious, vicious skill.
Druid Necro is a good choice. It seems to be. They seem to be doing well.
Yeah. I think that's a very good team. Druid
Yes.
Necro, very, very interesting.
Yeah. All right.
All right, round 2.
Let's go. Let's see if we can get a comeback from these paladins or if it's just going to be too much.
Can they do it? Let's find out. Round 2.
Damage.
Amplify damage almost immediately, wasting no time on that. And you see, keeping that distance too just confuses them.
Right.
You know, do we want to go after Thrones because he's right here, or do we take out the support character so we don't die later on?
Thrones gets hit.
Oh man, Rashi gets hit.
Ooh,
Noxie goes down.
Goes down though.
And oh, Rashi takes out Thrones. Very nicely done. Now it's Hammerden versus Necro. Technically, the Necro has the class advantage here.
Yep.
But Rashi, he ain't no nub. He is very good. Look at him charge around the map and telestomp. That's exactly what you want to do against the Necro. That's exactly the skill pattern you want to get into, or the play pattern.
Yep.
You want to desync, you want to charge around, but then when they give you the opportunity, you're going to want to telestomp them.
But Duel, will he even let him get any of that damage in? I mean, Duel is still on full life.
Wow.
And is so good at popping in and getting away. He's on top, and Roshi goes down as Duel just jumps on. And he has that clay golem, too, to tank.
Yeah, that was very good. I think that was a clutch call. You saw him recast his clay golem and his oak sage there. You get oak sage charges from Heart of the Oak.
Yep.
And you saw him recast those, and he actually went in for a chain lock. Like, he actually had Rashi chain locked from very far away after he casted that.
Right.
And that was because of that desync with the Paladin charging around. He was actually further off the map, but it allowed Duel to click on his character name at a closer range. And once he does that telestomp, he shows up to where the character actually is, not where he appears to be on screen.
Yep.
So that was very well done. It's dangerous to sort of to chain lock or try to telestomp a Hammerden. You have to time it very well. Otherwise, you're going to be eating some hammers for your troubles, and those do not feel good, my friends.
Yeah, that's always the question or the issue of trying to stomp at Hammerden. It's
right.
You stomp at the wrong time, you just get blasted. So you got to do it right. Oh, thanks, Senpai. And thank you, Anna. Oh, Anna threw a host to us. Anna, are you still here? I didn't even see that. Thank you, Anna. And thank you, Senpai. Your team has advanced to the finals, bud. White Raiden and Maddie and Slada and Joby, come on in. You need these points, Senpai. Your team is getting crushed overall. Here's the standings currently. Cooley still dominating. Needs to stop winning events. Anna in second. 9-Ball, Llama, Teo, Bronski, BT, Waffles, Riker, and Senpai getting brutalized. But his team is looking fantastic. You might be able to take this one and get some big points.
This will be very interesting. This is going to be this is a wow. I don't even know how to call this one. I'm really scared for my team here. I'm not going to lie. This is, animation, as we were talking about. Raiden is a very good player, very good at chain locking. Yep. He's very good at stomping you. He's also very good at reading his opponents. I duel him all the time, and I should have an advantage on him as a Hammerden.
Right.
But it rarely feels like I do, because he just knows what you're going to do. You know what I mean? He says, okay, you're going to throw some hammers, I'm going to FOH you.
Yep.
Oh, you're starting to charge away, I'm going to chain lock and smite you. Well, that's a good call. Good call. He's very good at making split-second decisions that are the right call. But, I mean, the same could be said for this other team. Oh, they want us to kill this merc. Got it.
Hope I didn't hit one of those guys. Okay.
All right, so we've got Team Cooley versus Team Bronski.
Bronski,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Team Cooley versus Team Bronski. And it's a tough one to call. This is going to be nuts. But let's get this going. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's see if our in-game fighters are ready. We got a ready from Team Cooley, 30 seconds from Team Bronski. Just going to take some time, do their pre-buffing from their Herodic Cube.
Predictions?
I'm going to stick with my team. If I'm being honest,
It's fair.
I mean, knowing the character classes, put it this way, I think character class-wise, Team Bronski has an advantage. I really think they do.
Yep.
Animation is a really good fighter, too. So, I mean, there's a chance it could go to Bronski here. I just know the collaboration and teamwork on Team Cooley is really,
it was
really
really
good.
solid. They definitely worked together really well there. So, all right.
It'll be interesting. So, looks like these guys are ready to go. Animation's ready to go. And here we go. Round one of Team Bronski versus Team Cooley. How is it going to go? So it looks like Geppetto is trying to stick with Sai. And that's because with this team right here, you do not want to get isolated. You don't want them to pick one of you off at, one at a time. You want to stay as a strong, united force.
Trap damage doing a little bit. Bone armor down to half health right here. Geppetto still maxed. Gets hit, though.
And Geppetto has amplified damage on him here from that Necro. Both of these characters do.
Ooh, down goes animation.
Wow, animation taken down. Yeah, that's a big blow to the team.
Yep.
But still, here's the thing. Bone Armor could technically take this. He has class advantage against both of these characters, I would say.
And Geppetto is low.
Yes, and Geppetto is very low. Oh, and down he goes.
Oof.
Down he goes. Yeah, if Bone Armor has a max block setup, it all depends on how his character's set up. If he doesn't have max block, it's really rough for him to take down a barb.
Yeah.
But if he does have max block, the barb might not hit him when he teleports in and does his whirlwind. That was very well done there. So in order to kind of finish that off, what we saw from Sai was that constant mind blast. That's the strategy that they're trying to implement for this whole duel.
Just get him stunned.
Mind blast, exactly. Mind blast, telestomp. Like that's the combo that they want. Well, speaking of teammates, let me give you some battle orders, Llama, and that way we'll have a bigger mana pool to start teleporting around here with.
There we go.
All right, and here we go, round two. Team Cooley versus Team Bronski. Sai and Geppetto again staying together. Oh, they're trying to isolate somebody. They're trying to isolate Bone Armor and get rid of that Necro very quickly. They understand the devastation of amplified damage, and they are doing it. Animation trying to protect the Necro. Very good call. He draws back to try to protect his teammate. That was the best thing he could have done there, and he shook them off.
Looks like they've come back together here. Bone Armor still in trouble. Manages to get away, though, now.
And you can see Geppetto doing that leap. That is an area effect stun right there. He is untouched. Sai has taken quite a bit of damage, though.
If they can knock Sai out, that'll be a massive blow, as they won't have to deal with that stun anymore, and then you'll see that class advantage again, really, against Geppetto.
Oh, absolutely. I think, either one that falls out of here, whether it's Geppetto or Sai, the team goes down quickly after that.
Yep.
The assassin can mind blast, but he can only do it to one target. And Bone Armor is taken out by Sai, so they have taken out the support character here, the offensive support character in Bone Armor. So there will be no more amplified damage once this wears off.
So does this mean as animation you just want to get in fast and try and get that kill?
Yes, what he's trying to do here, you see him smiting in place right there?
Yep.
You see him kind of staying in one area and smiting in place? what he's trying to do is catch Geppetto on a telestomp.
Yep.
So he's smiting right next to his feet so that when he sees Geppetto land on his screen, he quickly clicks on him and he can get some smites in to punish him for telestomping. And he's going to try to do the same thing to prevent Sai from chain locking him.
Interesting.
Yeah, his goal right now is you got to stay on your bike, as I say. You got to keep pedaling. You got to go away, and you have to try to trap him. You have to try to get him to come in on you and punish them for doing it. Yeah, but that constant leap damage, man. That constant leap stun effect, I should say.
Yeah, the leap stun just... I mean, you've got leap stun and mind blast to deal with. Like, what a terrible combination to have to constantly be fighting against.
Oh, and animation is in a lot of trouble here. Down at 1, and down he goes. GG, Team Cooley.
Wow.
Wow, that was actually very impressive because you had 2 very good players on both teams. Both of them comprised of insane players.
Yeah.
And I just feel like in those instances, they're so dependent on each other in the skills that you get from it that if you can break a link in that chain,
right,
the rest of it is an uphill battle for the other team. And that's exactly what they did. Very nice job. Very nice display of skills on both sides too.
So, Team Cooley advances. Again. Yeah, okay. But now they go up against Duel and Jace. Divinity and Jace.
Is this the...
This is the finals. This is the finals.
Wow, this is the finals.
So,
and these guys are both amazing teams so far, man. I mean, we've seen Divinity and Jace tear it up. We saw Divinity come back from a 2-1 and just slay the game. Of course, we've seen Team Cooley put on a dominant performance. Nice job, guys. You scared me with those character picks. But you're working really good as a team. And now we find ourselves at the finals, and this is going to be nothing but exciting.
And honestly, I'll go back to it one more time. Those two have had such good teamwork, right? I mean, the way that they've picked the characters and brought them together and the way they synergize them, it's just been super, super solid. You just see them playing together so well. So
absolutely. Yeah, and even with Duel and Thrones, working together and being offensive in and of your own character is something that you kind of need in these 2v2s.
Right.
And they have the perfect mix here. I'm just so happy that we see in the finals. How crazy is this? For anyone who thought D2 wasn't balanced, in the finals of 2v2s, all 4 of these guys are different characters.
Right.
Like, we're not seeing a whole
game.
mix of paladins, and all, in fact, between yours and my character, I think we actually have we have practically the whole slew of every character in
We're
D2.
missing, the Zon right now? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And we've seen a lot of Zons.
We have. Yeah, they're very good in teams. But, I'm so happy to see this blend of different characters in D2 be in the finals here. This is very, very good, very healthy.
So the reason that it's just timing. We have a lot of events that are coming up, right? So we've got this event, we've got Iron Man, so we have the PD2 Ubers, we've got all sorts of events all over the place. So that's why this is a best of 3 single limb. We would have loved to have done double limb, but then it goes for a long time.
Yeah, it's difficult to imagine doing all that we've done so far times 2.
Twice.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That would be rough.
And so if this was the only event or the only thing we had going today, for sure we would do double limb. But we've got even more duels and more things to go against there. So.
All right. So it looks like these guys are stacking up on mana potions. They're going to try to give themselves the best advantage here in this duel. Try to prepare for some longevity in this fight.
Yep.
Well, looks like they're coming out of town. They might have a little pre-buff ritual. This is the finals.
Finals time. Grider.
Wait, I said.
Yeah, no pool.
No
No
pool.
pool.
Okay, yep, that's fine. You can
Yep.
take the pool out.
All
I
players
think
must agree on pool
Yeah.
for pool to exist.
all players must agree. So no pools for this. We're going to drink all of these pots. No pool for you. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Because if there's an infinite mana pool, and you have a Necro versus an Assassin,
Yep.
with an infinite mana pool, the Necro will win.
Yeah.
And, but with a limited mana pool where you have to really pick your shots and not, spam so many Bone Spirits,
Right.
the Assassin has a slight advantage or a slightly better chance at winning that. So I think that was a good call. Very good call on not agreeing to a mana pool there.
All right. Are players ready on both sides? I'm ready to get into these finals.
I am ready too. Wow, what a tournament this has been. And here we go. Round 1 of the finals. Who is going to take it down? This is Team Cooley versus Team Senpai something. And we have Duel and Thrones trying to keep their distance here.
Yep.
Team Senpai something trying to stick close together and keep their distance. They're not trying to get caught by that leap. The second one of them gets caught by that leap, you can tell. You can tell that your leap just hit somebody, knock them back on screen, and they're going to be all over that. It's like blood in the water.
All of a sudden, they're not teleporting around anymore. They're just standing there getting hit back.
Exactly. So they're trying to turn this into a ranged duel, which eventually will favor the assassin team. Well, actually, it really could favor either one.
I was going to say, a ranged duel can favor either, which I think is why both teams are really sticking on the range right now. We'll have to see if Geppetto switches from just his leap strats into really trying to telestomp with some whirlwinds.
Yeah.
But maybe he's just too scared of the tornadoes.
Oh, he absolutely should be. He's, you need to pick your shots with this.
Yep.
You can't just go in willy-nilly and say, I'm going to whirlwind randomly here. You have to really pay attention to where your opponents are and try to cut them off and get them in just when they make the wrong choice, the wrong, teleport into the wrong area. That's when you want to get them. And, Geppetto takes down Duel. And
Sai
Thrones
takes
taken
down
by Sai.
Thrones. Wow.
Team Cooley finishes that very quickly. You notice what they were doing there? They were trying to back that range duel into a corner.
Yep.
That was a sort of it's a strategy you don't see coming until it's too late. And they were able to do it right there, because if you can back the team into a corner and kind of pinch them in,
Right.
suddenly they can't teleport past you, because as soon as one of them does that,
Yep.
both players are on it. But if you keep getting pushed up against that wall, eventually that leap attack is going to start stunning you. And so that was a very, very well played team approach there from Team Cooley.
Very methodical. That's the best way to put it. They really waited for their time and then pounced. And as soon as they did, both Duel and Thrones just dropped immediately.
Yeah, I mean, it might have looked like a whole bunch of teleporting around and all of this. Of course it is, but it was very methodical at the same time. They're trying to rein in the chaos, is what it is. There's a lot of stuff going on. The team that can work together and rein in that chaos is going to be the victors.
Yep. All right, let's see if they can put it away here.
Here it is, round 2. Let's go. The duel ain't over till it's over.
Nope. We know Thrones and Duel can do plenty. I mean, they were dealing damage definitely to Geppetto and Sai before they just got stomped on top of pretty much by that whirlwind. And Thrones with the NATOs there. So, oof. Geppetto takes down Thrones, and Duel.
Can he do a second 2v1 comeback?
This is going to be a tough one. This could be a tough one.
It's like a little bit of confusion there. Just wanted to confirm that they can't go over the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was good. I'm not sure if Duel did or not, but he quickly returned, which is respectable. If he did, I don't think he did it intentionally. He might have missed that part.
Yeah. We're all good now. Players are just trying to get on top of Duel, and Duel is just hoping to get that, like you were saying, drop the teeth, telly over, let them take a little hit from it, you know? He's got a lot of work to do.
Absolutely. He's trying to keep the distance, which is you have to. You can't get in range against an assassin or a barb. You have to fight him from the outside and make them play your game. That's exactly what he's trying to do here. He's saying, all right, guys, I know what you're all about. You're going to have to play my game because I'm going to lose if I play yours. And he's doing a very good job at it. Just keeping these guys guessing. Look at this. This is teleporting all across the map. How are they going to adapt to this?
And Sai goes down to Duel. Is he going to do this again? No. Do not tell me he is going to do this again.
It is possible. It is very possible.
Geppetto's taking a few hits. Duel still has full life, but we know that if Geppetto can get a whirlwind on him, he can basically one-shot him here.
He can end it very quickly if he does. But the trick is, how does he get in close?
Right.
You know, Duel is very good at doing that CT casting, what we talked about. So when he sees Geppetto coming in, he's going to teleport away, and Geppetto takes a lot of damage for trying to close the distance there.
Oh my god, Geppetto's low.
Geppetto is very low, and I think Duel, I haven't been able to see his life total yet. He's still full life. Duel is still full life. This is falling out of hands quickly here.
Yep. All it takes is one good stomp from Geppetto, though. Can he find him and get on top and get a lock of some sort? I mean, I don't even know what the proper strategy is right now besides, you know, whirlwind and pray.
Geppetto needs to do some CT casting of his own. He needs to close the distance very quickly and unexpectedly.
Yeah.
That's how he needs to do it. And, you know, Duel is taking the proper strategy here, too. He switched to teeth. He's just using teeth because he knows Geppetto's so low that when he does do those risky CT tellies, if he doesn't finish, he's going to eat a little bit of damage.
Yep.
And that's all he needs. He just needs him to fail more than he does.
Right.
Which, at a full life total, that's, you know, very reasonable to expect.
Oh, found him kind of, but nope. Gonna let him out of this corner maybe? Maybe not? Teethin in the corner? Oh, I thought he had an opportunity right there. Looks like he went away instead of aggressive.
Oh, wow. He's whirlwind locked. Oh, my gosh! It's a draw!
He pulls the draw!
That was so good.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. That was amazing. See, so what Duel just said there is because of that clutch mana call that they made, he ran out of mana.
Can't infinite. Yep.
Yes. So what he did was turn that into a draw. He says, it's all or nothing.
Yep.
He's like, I'm low on mana. I need to hit him, and I need to finish this fight. You know, and I need to make it a draw. Where'd these guys go?
You got another one, guys.
I am overburdened.
That was amazing. Battle ping reset. Okay, I see what he's doing.
I am overburdened.
Wow. That was insane.
What a fight.
Would you expect any less from
the finals?
From teams in the finals?
It's the finals, baby. I expect nothing less. This is what you're supposed to do in the finals. Whew.
Yeah, that was insane. I mean, what a display of skills on both sides, man.
Completely. I mean, just both sides, like you said, from the first one, just dominant in that first game. But then in the second, Duel hangs on, pulls it off, kills Sai, and then gets the draw.
Yeah, that was very good.
All right. Well, round 3. If Duel Enthrones can pull this off.
Yeah, it looks like Duel had some repairs. I called goal a little too quickly. That was my fault. I I thought they all said go, but it looked like they were some of them were in town. So, yep. False start.
Whew, I'm excited for this.
Wow. This could be the final match. We could go to a round 3 or 4 potentially with that draw being in there. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we can do here. We're going to get battle ordered up and ready for this as well.
For real.
And here we go. Round 3.
Can they get on top and take thrones out again quickly? Duel goes down quickly.
I knew that was going to be their strategy. I knew they had to take out that Necro first, and they knew it.
Yep.
They knew it. They have to take out Duel.
Thrones is still alive.
Thrones is still alive. This is just insane. He could get there. He's going to have to sort of do the same strategy that Duel was doing, though.
Yep.
And that is make them play his game. He's doing a lot of weapon swapping out, too. You can see that. He's, when the assassin gets on top of him and starts casting Mind Blast like that, that can put you in a perma-stun situation if you don't weapon swap out of it. And he's doing a very good job at, look at this. These NATOs that he's just throwing and trying to make them run into.
Just hoping. Right now, they're just stunning, though. They're not really getting aggressive with any damage yet. Once again, these two just wait for their moment to strike. They are the most patient duelers I think we have seen here.
Oh, and here it is. Down goes Thrones.
And when the time comes, down he goes. GG. Let's take a look at some gear here.
Yeah, I would love to see this. That's really cool. Sai offering to show off his gear. This is really cool. I'm gonna tune into your stream and see this here.
Let's see it. All right, we've got Grief, Doom, COA, Bird, of course, some Trang, some Gores. Ooh, that's a nice ring. Ooh. Oh, God.
Jeez.
Jesus. Those rings are disgusting. 20 strength, 15 dex, AR, lifesteal, life, FCR.
That is impressive.
Come on. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Oof.
Yeah, he's got he's making note that he's got Beast of Doom over here. That's a hybrid rune word. It gives you a slight advantage with some of the runes that are in it.
And the B manas as well.
Oh, look at that. B manas. That's a good way to thwart, to make the best use out of your mana, especially when you're not going to agree to have a mana pool.
Yep.
Well, that hurts a barbarian too. Who's your teammate. So he tried to do the best that he could to, sort of at least get one of those in his inventory.
Yep.
Yeah,
Man,
really cool.
Those are so nasty. I forgot that B-Manas even existed.
Wow, dude.
They're so good. Cool. They're so good. Yeah.
Nasty.
GG.
Nasty. Let's check out Sai's gear. Is he willing to show off his?
Yeah, he's got the 320s. Yep. He is... Okay, so Mattiel, Matt, and Joby. Yeah, we get it. We know. We get it.
He's just stunting now.
Now
Exit out of this guy. Don't let him show off anymore.
All right, let's look at these claws. Ooh.
Oh, that's vicious.
The Mind Blast. 3 to Lightning. The Fade. The Res are gross. You got your beam manas. 220. 38s, Mages. Of course, Shadow Dancers.
Yeah, those claws are nasty. So as far as breakpoints go, he's using Greater Talons there because much like Runic Talons, they have the fastest IAS on claws. And if you do your stacking properly, all you need is, that 45 IAS, I believe, on any given claw, and that can put you right at the break point. So
Yeah.
he's got very nice claws there.
Wait, what? Oath? What is this bugged item?
So that's just for the lulz, I think. But that is a Hodo of Oath, hybrid rune word. But what he's using that for?
I've never seen this hybrid. So yeah, go ahead and helps with trap laying speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, he's using that on the Switch, and the reason he's doing that is because he doesn't need battle orders. He doesn't need a CTA on the Switch. He's got a barbarian on his team.
Right.
So it was another clutch call that, constructing your team properly can make it so that you have options on your Switch. So when he's teleporting around, when he wants to, easily hit the max cast and maintain some of his IAS, he uses that Hodo of Oath. It's I think mostly we'll see him use that for teleporting around, but that was very good.
Yeah. Wow. Disgusting.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, how much does a B mana go for? What's the cost of a B mana?
Well, most of them are duped these days, and they actually go for cheaper than you think.
Really?
Like, yeah, if you go on like JSP, last I knew they went for anywhere from like 200 to 400 farm gold. I don't really keep up with them too much, but when you think about all the bugged items out there, like that's pretty cheap. It's on the lower end of them. There's some websites that still sell them for a pretty affordable cost too.
Yeah, but are they perm? That's the question.
Yeah, probably not. There's a very good chance that they're not.
Yeah. Perm ones are very expensive. $300. Jeez.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's insane. All right.
Well, good job, Team Cooley.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of you guys.
So let's go here to these final standings for this event. Well done. I mean, take a look at this. What a series of duels. We saw some fantastic duels throughout. I mean, even going back in round 2 right there, Divinity and Jace versus Back to Diablo and Avenger. That was a great duel that we saw right there. Over here as well, White Raiden and Slaughter. I mean, some great teams. And, man, GG. Matt and Joby take it for Cooley yet again. God, so sick of Cooley winning. So sick of it. All right. So for points here, we'll go 10 to the winners, 8 to the second placers. So Cooley will get 10. I guess we go 9 to Divinity, and so Senpai will go 9 there. Then we'll go, I guess, 7. Try and think how we do this. No, that's too much. 10, 8 goes to second. And then 6 will go to Noxie and Stack. So Waffles and Bronski get 6. And where's Bronski? And then we'll do, 3 to the rest?
Say that's fair.
And then I'll give it here as well because they had to quali in an extra game. So
yeah, for sure.
So we'll go.
I think it's very brave of anybody to step into a tournament like this. Doing it, on stream or whatnot is it can be nerve-wracking for some people. And I just want to say that I'm so happy with everybody that turned out for this, and I'm very impressed with not just the builds and the skills that everybody displayed, but this is what GM duels are all about. This is what good mannered duels are all about.
Yep.
It's just the good camaraderie, the fun in it. And I think we saw a lot of that today. So this was super. I'm so proud of everybody that joined this.
Oh yeah. I mean, big shout outs. I didn't even need to refresh. Big shout outs to everyone for participating. So this brings up our event totals now. Cooley with 45 points out of 50.
Out of a possible what?
50.
Out of a possible what? No.
Team Cooley has 45 out of a possible 50. Can this guy get 1 point already and get a last place or something? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Anna with 32. Llama with 31. What? Yes. Wait, did I double dip? I might have double dipped. Yeah, I did. I think.
Now who's got the hacks?
I think I hacked it.
Who's got the hacks now?
Let me go to the event. I think I cheated. Teo, BT, Senpai, Riker, Anna, Llama. No, I didn't. Oh, I gave myself 6 points.
That's all right, Llama. You deserve it. You deserve it. Extra points for hosting this. That's fine.
All right. I thought I looked a little too good there. All right, so I'll go back to the actual updates now of it. And then 28. There we go. So we have 3 people. Third place it has a tie of Bronski, 9ball, and Mr. Llama. Teo, now at 26. Waffles, 24. BT, 23. Riker, 18. And Senpai, 16. Catching up.